Okay, the question is, what should I work on next? Understanding that, okay, I need to clarify though, this is an answer to Fred's question, in which I tried to answer in comments, but basically my question is, I'm going to work with and expand and use some of my tools that I've created to enhance this YouTube responder tool of Nightlight 78s. And I think it's good. It does it's neat. It does stuff already that I see I won't need some of my JavaScript library, like it's already scanning. But probably the server will be helpful, and some of the JavaScript it's using jQuery, which I'm using. So anyway, what should I do next? But also I was trying to explain some of the libraries and functionality that I have already, and I think this is an easier way to roll it into a tool than making a website, which by definition needs to be sort of complete on its own. I'm really close on the map thing, but I'm going to work on this. I'm going to look into this YouTube, because my computer went down, and then it's coming up, and then I'm going to a conference, so there's a little window, and it's neat to see this tool. I might as well get back into it by seeing how I can add some things, because it seems like with the tools I've been working on that there's some feature, and even without them, with what's already in the tool itself, there's some neat features, and I want to be a contributor to it. I think it's a great way to do this. Fred had convinced me, Conference Report had convinced me, I think, with his arguments, that and even Gary with his wanting to do a bookmarklet, which is a similar kind of idea, that's a good way to go. And to a certain degree, what I've been working on are these browser-based applications that they store bunches of data after they scan YouTube or all the various things on your browser. So it really acts like a part of the browser, and an extension is in that position. So it makes great sense. And then also, since it works going to any website, people can go to any website and say, this is a reply, and it could be a blog or anything. And I have the ability to drag and drop URLs onto the map. So if you drag it in, it looks and sees if it's a YouTube user page or a YouTube video. And so that is, it's even easier if it's an extension and you're on that page. And so it can know when you say, this is a response, and it'll go, oh, it's just a web page, and it's a link. Like my example is, I might want to respond to some people's philosophy videos with a link to the Stanford Encyclopedia, especially if this tool is going to always remember that link was made, because it goes in the database. Even if the video is deleted and the comments are gone, we know the structure of that conversation. Oh, that's going to be neat. It's going to be a neat way to browse, conversations from the past. And so this tool, I think, is just because it's so simple, and yeah. So I get why the extension's a good way to go. So what should I work on first? And now here I'll explain, as my previous video where I try to mention again to give you the idea of some of the features. That'll be easy because I already have code that does it, and because of the server, that's the main thing. Since I have a server that can store the video information and the comments, I already have the data model, it's in there with using Mongo, then that means we can all share with each other. If I find responses, then I can share with the database so other people can get it, So anyway, hopefully that's clear. Basically, this is how I see what I will do with it, depending what's already there by default. Basically, as you go to a video, you see all the responses to it. Yay. Well, that data should be saved. And it can be saved in the local browser, in the IndexedDB or in local storage, and maybe it already is. Looks like it's does a lot of stuff. I notice it scans and stuff. And but also, I have on the server side the ability to save that kind of data, right? Because I have my JavaScript scanning it in the map, and it talks to a server and can save it there. So that means that as one person goes from video to video and finds who's replying to who, the server can be told, which means other people can know about those responses without going to find the video. So it can be used as a way to discover videos. Like if a lot of people with the tool have recently been watching a network of responses, that can generate a, hey, evidently people are watching this video and responding. And it's a hotspot kind of detection. Also what we could do, and probably the the way it works, it looks already like it would, I wouldn't need any of my code to do this on the JavaScript side, and again maybe it's latent or already in there, is that you can subscribe to someone so that it searches for their videos and the responses and the comments sort of in the background without you having to browse to that page. So it'll keep up to date with everybody you subscribe to as if you went there, right? And then you could see if somebody in their comment, you might have to add a little other ways of putting the links in, but if somebody has replied to you and in their video, then they say this is a reply to, then you could be notified of that through the tool. Okay, so there's, on the other hand, a lot of features like that. So anyway, I'm going to play around with the code. The next couple days I'm going to be at this conference, so I'll be preoccupied, but it would be interesting to see if people have ideas. Like this tool, that the video responder tool, is very interesting, and I think we want to expand from there. You know, there's other things like it doesn't have to be just videos, right? Why couldn't you be at any web page, a blog, and say this is a reply to? It can't read the page, but you can click on the tool, right? So there's a lot of directions. What do you guys think the best first thing to do? Thanks a lot to Nightlight. I could look at what the name is. I've only been there a couple times, but he's a nice guy. He answered in Fred's video about what's going on. So I think this is a good tool. I think it's almost an opportunity because it's way more flexible than the YouTube response system was anyway. So potentially. All right, cheers. All right, so I'm going to a conference starting on Sunday most of next week. So, but tonight and tomorrow I might have as well a little bit of time to look at this responder source code, which I have got now. My machine was down, went down, and it took a while for me to figure out how I wanted to set it back up. Ended up just upgrading. And it's cool. It's good timing. That was frustrating, but there's this, extensions, and I like the way they already work. So the question is, sorry, get right into